Sedge,
Yes.
we gotta talk.
Okay, what do I do now?
So these tables are gorgeous. You know that. I know that. We love them. But there's a lot of this. I don't even know if this is this safe?
I don't think so.
I mean, we could at least use some tape. There's gotta be, look at this. There's gotta be something we can do to make this a little more usable.
Okay, and sometimes I can see this being a tripping hazard, so would you want me to do a couple of pop-ups in here?
I'd love that, to be able to have a couple here where people could just plug in and not have cords all over the place, make it look a little nicer, make it look more like something you'd expect in a Festool office.
Perfect. You know, Clint, I know I can do this old school and make a template down in the shop and bring it up here and cut into these. But you know what? I think I'm gonna call in a couple of surgeons to help me with this.
Hey, Sedge. You rang?
Yeah, baby! Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're setting up right here with the origins, and this is what we need to put in, is this pop-up. Okay, we set up a center line, and what we're gonna do, this is kind of old school, we're gonna do a practice session first, because we want to make sure it all works out. So
Just to be safe.
okay, for sure. Okay, so how did we start doing this, Jake?
All right, so take our internal dimensions and our external dimensions, because we want to flush this up
Oh,
so that it's totally flush.
rock star.
So we're gonna have two cuts. Of course, this is not totally square, so let's go ahead and make sure we get perfectly accurate dimensions.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch this center hole straight through. We're gonna cut as deep as we can, and then you're gonna do the rest.
Okay, got it. I got a 2200 for that.
Perfect, and then for the outside, we're gonna do a really shallow cut at whatever the thickness of that flange is.
Okay.
Nail that.
Okay, and these are the dimensions because when we use the pop-up, we want them to open up like this on either side of the table.
Exactly.
Not like
The long
this.
dimension going down the table.
Okay, cool, and we got two of them going in. And I think when we did the original dimension from the edge of the table, because these are all live edge, and we didn't cut them when we put the boards together, we wanted to kind of have that cool look to it, so they're offset a little, the slabs, you'll see them upstairs. But from that edge to there, I think we measured 3 foot and 3 foot from either side, because they're 12-foot tables.
Perfect. All right, so for our test here, we're gonna do a quick scan. Get this shaper tape in there. And that's recognizing all the dominoes, and I can see our center line. Perfect. Next thing, I want to be able to place our file right on the center line and perfectly parallel to it. So I'm going to do a quick grid. Import. There we go. Origin, at least in the US, comes with a 1/4 inch bit, but for today, since we're doing some really deep cuts, we're gonna use our new 8mm 3-flute bit, which is what I like to call the Excalibur of our bit range. 3 flutes, 1.5" cut depth. It is just killer. And it's on the 8mm shank, which I really like. Be careful when you open this thing up though, because it will bite you.
So Jake, we got this all set up.
Yep.
And we're gonna do, this is 1/2 inch plywood. Upstairs it's 8/4, roughly 8/4.
Exactly, so it's gonna go a little faster, but we wanna make sure that our squares that we made are the exact right size, and to figure out our offsets and tolerances here rather than up there.
Absolutely perfect, let's get going.
Sweet.
Okay, let's check this out.
Let's do it. Bam.
You gotta be kidding me!
So that's just, we haven't sunk it in fully yet. We're gonna come back in and do that finish cut, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's the idea.
So I saw you do 2 passes.
Yeah. So anytime I'm making really any cut, you do what's called a rough pass and a finish pass. That rough pass is about 0.03 inches smaller than your finish pass. So your finish pass, you're just taking that hair and material off. Gives you a better cut quality, and it's just a breeze to use.
I mean, I can't even get that out of there. That's about perfect. Wow, that's wicked.
Went through and cut this with an 8mm. Obviously, it's leaving us a pretty big radius, and we're trying to match this radius. So I think that actually looks like the perfect job for our 1/8 inch end mill, and it's going to give us a perfect radius. But our depth is bang on. One more pass.
Oh my goodness, that is perfectly flush, Jake. Boy, what size radius was that?
That is done with an 1/8 inch bit,
Wow.
so that's giving us a 16th inch radius.
Perfect, and that extra 5 thou, huh?
I know, I know.
Wow.
That's the thing, you know, we always cut things to 0, but they never quite want to fit, so you take that 5/1000th of an inch off the whole thing, and it just fits perfectly.
Perfect.
We're all about getting that.
So this
perfect
was
fit.
on 1/2 inch plywood. Now, let's go up to that 8/4 sycamore and see where we're gonna be with that.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
but it's gonna be a combination now of Shaper and Festool. I am so stoked. 4 more.
So the shaper tape is how Origin knows where it is in space. We've got a camera on the front here. It's going to look out onto a field of tape that I'm going to set up. We'll scan that in, and then that relates the physical world to the digital world on the screen. I like to space my tape about 4 inches apart, and we're going to get a nice wide area covered in front of the router so that we have plenty of data for making this nice wide electrical box pop up. One more. There we go. Cool. At this point, we can scan that in.
Okay, hey, here we go. We got everything dialed in, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 at the same time. Boy, this is something. I just want to verify the orientation for the pop-ups is like this.
Yep.
And we're 3 feet starting from the edge on each one.
Yep.
Okay, we marked the center line. We got our starting. You guys laid out a grid with the origin. Okay, and we're ready to start cutting. I'm gonna step out and then I'll come in and do my stuff with the Festool system. Okay, I guess it's time for my part of this gig.
Yeah, so we got the templates routed in with Origin, and we got that flange routed in to perfection. Now we
Okay.
got to go finish it up Festool style.
Okay, so we routed down with the first groove is 35 millimeter.
35 millimeters deep.
And now we gotta go just a hair. I think it's about 45 millimeters, so I gotta go an extra 10 millimeter now.
Yep.
So I'm gonna cut out right to here. I'm gonna drill a couple access holes. I got a bit here. I'll drill it out with the TPC. And then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna follow this line. I'm gonna give myself a little leeway. Then I'm gonna come in and I'll use the Carvex for that. And then I'm gonna come in, because I really don't wanna mess up what these guys have done. I'm gonna come in with a flush trim bit and I'm gonna follow inside here and just clean it up. And then we'll do a test fit.
We can do that test fit. If we need to go back and tune that fit in any way, we can always go back and tune that too.
Perfect. And you guys on that second pass, you put in that 1/8 bit, right? So
Yep.
what's cool about that, that's a 16th. And when we did our test downstairs, that was a perfect friction fit. There was no movement.
Yep.
And that second pass was at 5 thou, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess it's my gig now. Oh, hey guys, that came out dead perfect.
Thanks, Sedge.
Let me go get Clint. I'll be right back.
All right.
So Clint, what do you think? We finally got that put in. We brought in the surgeons and we got it all done yesterday. I think it went really well.
Let's see this. This is beautiful. Look at this. Nice, clean, flush mount. You guys are surgeons. I appreciate this. This is just beautiful. It's the mix of a beautiful wood and this nice technology. I can't thank you guys enough.